Welcome to the bonus video for issue number 24. My name is Jerry Teeter and I'm your host for Digital Display Insider, and I'm excited to share with you the information we're going to talk about today. Now, the question I get on almost every single phone call that I get is this a profitable business? Are mobile digital billboards a profitable business to be into? And my answer is always the same. It all depends. You know, there's so many factors that go into every business, and no two businesses are exactly the same. You have different owners, you have different markets, and there's so many different variables that every business is going to be a little different. And so there are some different factors that can certainly influence your chances of success or failure. And so that's some of the things we want to talk about today. But today I just wanted to share with you some of the basic numbers that are out there that you're really not going to find on YouTube or Google, and a lot of the operators don't talk about them too much. And so hopefully this gives you some valuable information that will help you determine if this is a business that you want to get into. And if you still have unanswered questions, then I'll give you an opportunity here at the end that you can reach out to me and we can schedule some time. And so to start off with, the model that most people end up going with, most operators, is the exclusive model. A lot of the operators that are in this business, that's what they're doing. And so the average rate that they're charging out there is going to range from anywhere from as low as $800 a day, which would be the equivalent of $100 an hour, up to some of the top end ones are getting $1,800 to $2,000 a day if they're having to travel to the market, or depending on some different factors. But I would say the overall average is about $1,200 a day, or $150 per hour. And that's just kind of been the rule of thumb for pretty much the entire time I've been in the business, and for the 8 years that we were doing the exclusive side of the business. And so that makes it a little easier to extrapolate out whether you're how much you can make over the course of a year. Now, when you're doing your projections, understand that if a day is considered 8 hours, a week is 40 hours, and then a month is 4 5-day weeks, or 20 working days within the month. And so in the advertising world, if you say I'm doing a month, that's not necessarily 30 days or whatever. It's going to be 4 5-day weeks. And so that's how it's kind of figured in this world. Now, on the shared side of the business, and that's the area that I got into the last 2 years that we were operating the trucks as a billboard company, and it's the model that we really developed and perfected. We're calling it the Total360 Local Model. You're not really charging by the hour in most cases. A majority of our model is based on shared advertising, and so you're going to have multiple people rotating through the truck. And what that does for you is it spreads out your risk dramatically. So instead of only having one client on the truck and constantly having to sell it over and over, you're always in this rat race of trying to sell the days and the weeks to different customers. You have multiple people that are on a rotation, and then you put the truck out into a specific route that runs either daily or certain days of the week, or there's numerous different ways you can set up the routes, but it's a predictable, planned route that the truck drives, and you have a certain rotation of customers that are on that. And so the downside to that is when you first get going, you just need a much longer runway to start making money with the truck. But the upside to that is once you get through that initial grind, then it becomes a predictable and scalable business. My personal opinion is that the exclusive model is not scalable. If you look at the vinyl billboards, the largest mobile billboard company in the country has been around since I think the 70s, and they're by far the biggest in the industry. They've tapped out at a little over 100 trucks nationwide, and I see the digital side of the business being similar to that. I don't really see any one company ever really exceeding 75 or 100 trucks. There's no one even in the ballpark of that today. And so when I was trying to figure this out, among all the other factors I was looking to solve, scalability was one of those, and I just never saw that exclusive model as something that's scalable. Now, shared, on the other hand, the way we've got this set up, uh, one company can have multiple trucks in one single market. And so when you start looking at the top 50, 7,500 markets out there, that all of a sudden becomes very scalable, well beyond what the exclusive side was. So, that's one of the things I was looking at with the shared model. You've got, again, your risk, it's more predictable, whereas exclusive, it's just constant feast or famine. And so, again, what this video isn't necessarily about the pros and the cons of the different models, but more about what you can make on it. I wanted to, just as a compare and contrast, in the exclusive side, where if you're just, let's say you're doing $1,200 per day times 5 days a week times 20 days a month, your top end revenue there is going to be about $20,000 to $25,000 per month per truck, and that's if you're working all 20 days of the month. That's considered full time, and that's really where you're going to top out there. Flip over to the shared side. If you have one route that's full, just that one single route should bring you in around $30,000 to $35,000 per month under our system. And then beyond that route, there's options to operate the truck nights and weekends and different other stuff that can push that value pretty quickly to $40,000 per month. And so again, that's if everything is full, that's maxed out. Earnings claims, I don't guarantee anything like that. These are just some examples of what we've experienced and seen, but just to show you the potential there, max of the exclusive is about 20 to 25 per truck, whereas shared you can get upwards of $40,000 per month per truck. So massive difference there. The other big difference too is with the shared, your trucks are home in your local market versus being out all over the country or all over the regions. So just a lot of expense differences that can be there. And then as far as expenses go, across the country, I would say a driver, you should expect to pay anywhere from $20 to $25 per hour, depending on your market, to get a good quality driver. If you're willing to go under that, just understand that the lower you go on your hourly rate, the less they're going to take care of your truck. And that's one of the mistakes we made early on, is we got our drivers from temp agencies at about the $15 to $16 per hour mark. And I can assure you it created so much more headache and problem and expenses in them not taking care of our very expensive asset. As soon as we started getting into that $20 to $22, $23 per hour range, we got a much higher level quality of driver. And it ended up being cheaper for us to pay higher hourly rate and have them take care of the truck and not have to pay for all those issues. And so out of the gate, I would highly recommend that you pay your drivers well. If you're going to be in that $20 to $22 per hour range, then your operating costs based on fuel costs, and this varies a little bit depending on the fuel costs, but your loaded operating cost to pay for your driver and your fuel is going to come in somewhere between $30 and $32 to $33 per hour that the truck is running. And so those are just some numbers that you can use to try to forecast and put your budgets together. But there's all kinds of different other numbers that can be different based on your individual business and model and market and all these different things. And so if you do need to go further into this, maybe you're putting together a business plan for your bank, or you just need to really dig into the numbers to see, is this a business that's worth investing, $200,000 or $250,000 into, then I do offer a consulting service where you can buy just 1 hour of consulting time. You can ask all those questions. I'll share with you. I'm pretty much an open book on it. And so based on any of our experiences, we can get you that information that you can use to make an educated decision on whether this is a business for you to get into or not. And so you can find that at jerryteeter.com/consulting, and you can book it right online. As soon as you book it, then you can get into my calendar and we can figure out the time to meet. So highly recommend that. That's never been available when I got into it, or really for anybody else. And so it's a very, very low cost way to get the information, again, that you just won't find out there on Google or really from any other operator out there. And so hopefully that helps you out. I hope you enjoy this content. And if there's specific subjects that you guys are wanting to know about, drop those questions in the comments, because I do read those. And I can use those to create the future videos and future editions of Digital Display Insider. And so really at the end of the day, I'm doing this to help you guys avoid a lot of the very expensive lessons that I had to learn along the way. And so, I want to see this industry succeed. This is an amazing industry to be part of, and it's a lot of fun. And so hopefully this is helpful for you. If you haven't subscribed already, go to digitaldisplay.insider.com, subscribe to the weekly newsletter, and we will see you next week.